Michael Scott, June 16, 20,180 2018 Catalunya MotoGP Saturday NewsPossible return of MotoGP to Brazil. MotoGP veterans were heartened by the news of the intention to return to Rio after an absence of 14 years. Bring back Brazil. MotoGP veterans were heartened by the news of the intention to return to Rio after an absence of 14 years, at a planned new track in the bustling port city. Dorna has signed a preliminary agreement with Rio Motosports, a company formed to promote racing in the South American country, for a return to the calendar in 2021. The circuit will first have to be built and then homologate, and at this stage J.R. Pereira, the company's could do more than talk about. The racetrack we hope will be built in the city. Brazil has a checkered history, with 3 races at the inland Goiânia circuit between 1987 and 1989, a single controversial outing at the São Paulo track in 1992 where a rider's strike on safety grounds was narrowly averted, then a run from 1995 to 2004 at the now extinct Jacarepaguá circuit outside Rio. Updates for Clinca Mobile Gold. The mobile clinic was founded by Dr. Claudio Costa in 1977, and has grown in popularity and status ever since, with almost all riders owing it some sort of a debt, sometimes very large indeed. Now backed by European medical group Quirónsalud, the latest iteration has 1 medical room, 2 rooms for physiotherapy, another for rehab and relaxation, plus a reception area and a spectacular terrace. In addition, there are 2 offices, one for Dr. Michel Zossa, head of the Clínica Mobile, and one for Dr. Angel Chart, MotoGP medical director. This, according to an official statement, will allow even better integration between the Clínica and Dorna's medical direction. The Clínica has a rotating staff of 25, with 6 physios, 1 doctor, 2 trauma and orthopedic surgeons and 1 radiographer at each GP. Footnote: the Clínica can find itself in opposition with each circuit's medical staff, depending on local regulations, while not all riders rely on it. For example, at Catalunya, Franco Morbidelli, who was wearing a neck brace on Saturday after a couple of Friday spills, went to a local hospital for a second opinion. Verdict on Catalunya's resurfacing. Catalunya was repaved before this year's MotoGP Gold. It shows in slightly raised curbs, which mean, on the inside of corners, a different level of contact for riders' knee and elbow sliders. Antonelli out. Nico Antonelli, one of Moto3's unluckier riders, was out of the race after a Friday crash meant he was ruled unfit to ride on Saturday. Gold. The 22-year-old Italian had dislocated his left shoulder, an aggravation of an earlier injury. Another signature Marquez save. Spectacular saves are almost becoming routine for Marc Marquez. Gold. The bike slides out of control, and then he gets it back. The world champion accomplished another epic save at the end of FP4, having to dig in twice in the fast third-gear final corner as the front wheel painted a black stripe maybe 40 meters or more in length. Just amazing. It came after he'd failed to get into the free practice top 10 for only the 2nd time in his MotoGP career. The first time was at Mugello in 2015, when he was 11th in the 3 sessions, and to the astonishment of all he didn't make it into Q2, with Yanni Hernandez and Alexis Espargaro condemning him to 13th on the grid. He crashed out of the race after coming through to 3rd. New rear fender for Yamaha. Gold. The deeply slotted hugger is intended to allow a cooling draft to reach the rear tire. Moto3 penalties. Moto3 riders Livio Eloy and Alonso Lopez for riding slowly in 3 or more sectors in excess of 110% of their fastest sector at the Grand Prix Monster Energy de Catalunya. They both have been penalized with 12 grid positions.